Welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends Free Dad Gaming. Wanted to give a update on where we're at on the resources and wanted to let you know why farming 12-3 on Nightwear or Brutal is not the right move for you. So first, if you just clicked on this video to try to figure out why, I strongly suggest not farming on Brutal 12-3 for the Silver, 12-6 for the Experience, or even Nightmare. You spend a little bit more energy. While farming those are good, it's not the best thing that you can do when it comes to the quest that you get every single month, about 500 campaign battles every single month. What you should be doing with those are going into your portal, hear me out, going into your portal, going to your fusion, and target farming this Relic Keeper fusion. So you should be going and clicking on this and saying, okay, I have 4 champions ready to go, so I know I have 4 here. I only have 2 here, so I need to farm the campaign stage that he is on now, since every single one of these champions right here, these 4 and these 3, all are on the campaign and they're farmable champions. You need to be targeting those for those 500 battles for your extra energy to get those monthly ones done. So I'd look at this, I'd see 2 more here, so I know I need 2 more of this. I have 4 here, great, so I don't need to target farm these or just save those when I do pull those from ancient shards, because this is 250 points for a champion chase. So if I have 4 of these, this is 1,000 points for a champion chase. That's the equivalent of 2 legendaries. That could be the equivalent of X amount of shards. So you're not using your resources to go ahead and pull during the champion chase to hit those milestones for your fusions and your fragments, since often those fusion and fragment champions can be really good and they're really focused on different areas, since Plarium's trying to, I think they made a statement about they're trying to make some specific for different specific pieces of content, so they're not going to be buffed because they have a specific use. So often they're there to help you progress. They're often there helpful to kind of combat different things going on. If you didn't have enough shards for Armans and they're just not dropping, you can always control farming and putting your energy in to get these heroes to then rank them up and then go ahead and fuse them for this. Now, the Broadmaw fusion that you can also see on here isn't as accessible. You do have these 8 champions up here that can kind of fuse into these 2. That's a lot more work. And then you have these 2 that are only pullable through the void shards. So I don't suggest really taking your time and energy into doing this, because these are really RNG more so than trying to farm the campaign. So that is why I think it is very much more beneficial for you to not farm 12-3, but to farm each of these stages to build these characters up, so that way when it does come to champion chase, you are not pulling shards for those. You're saving them for summoning events or other things that you need to use those for, and you're just checking the box when it comes to that. Obviously, there's going to be different boosted things when it does come to that, but that's a different story. Now I wanted to talk about my resources. So if you guys remember, we tracked the resources back on February 17th. We made a little bit of changes, and I'll kind of fill you in right now on what did happen to the account that did burn some resources. We have our boosted summoning. We ended up pulling over 20, I think it was like 27. I do have it in my spreadsheet that I'll show you, but we did pull, I think, 27 of these small soul stones, and we got pretty much nothing. When it came to our shards, we did end up pulling some shards for the champion training, because I just needed to finish up a little bit more of the champion training. So I burned some mystery shards. I think it was about 250. Also, I did track that. And then for the Queen of Hearts tournament that had just ended not too long ago, we were in a tournament group that was very small in points. The leader at the time had only 2,500 points, and there was 8 hours left to go. So I took a chance and I pulled my 12 agents, hoping to get some more of the epics. And then I pulled my 7 voids that I had and a 1 primal, hoping for a mythical. Long story short, we didn't get anything, so we decided not to push and pull any of these sacreds. So those are going to be really the only impact when it did come to our resources. So let's go ahead and pull up our resources. So we have, what is this? 8 days later, obviously we have our dip in mystery shards, which we ended up doing 250. We have our ancient shards. So between this time and this time, we've been able to do 19 ancient shards. And we've gotten a total of 8 void shards because you can see we pulled our 7 here. And then we have currently our 1. We pulled 1 primal, so we did get 1 primal. This is the 1 primal coming from Live Arena. Hopefully we'll place high in the Hydra clan boss when reset happens officially tonight, and we can maybe get another primal. When it comes to sacred shards, we did have our Doom Tower that we just got done completing, so that is 1 sacred shards from there. And then we had 1 more sacred shard. I want to say it was from an event or a tournament, but we ended up getting that from there. And then we had 3 at least from the clan boss. So the clan boss has been pretty good to us when it comes to sacred shards, which we need those for building up for hopefully the March fusion. Our energy, we've got roughly 17 million more on the silver there. We've been doing some upgrading stuff. We've been a little bit into the forge just to get our CVZ points up because we have a minimum of 50,000. So just trying to bust that to get a little bit more energy to finish the Sand Devil turn account tournament. I do like to finish that one. So I use all my extra energy from CVC to dive into that. Our rare books, we've actually got no more rare books, which I always think is kind of funny because we've gotten 6 more epic books and we've gotten 7 more legendary books, but no more rare books. So I don't know. We've also gotten 2 more mythical books. One is from actually 2 are from the Chimera. We ended up getting kind of lucky when it came to that. I want to say 1 might have been from the Hydra, actually. I'm pretty sure 1's from the Hydra. When it comes to gyms, we're up over 1,000 more. Just kind of been doing the different tournaments to get the minimum. The 2 couple thresholds typically give you some gyms. So we've been doing that and not spending any. Soul stones, like I said, the small ones, we did spend 27 of them. So between that time period, we did get, 23 of the small soul stones in 8 days. We got 2 more of the medium. One came from the Sand Devil tournament, and then I think another one came from another one of the tournaments. And then when it comes to the large souls, what is that? 2? That is incorrect. We do have 0 there. We don't have any of the large stones. I don't know why I put 2, so apologize on that one. But we do have 0 again on that. When it comes to our Soulstone Silver, we did spend some of these to roll up for the boosted rates. So now we're at 1,800. Our gold, we haven't spent any, so we've been able to get roughly 1,400 more in the 8 days. And then we've actually gotten 218 more of the platinum coins from just farming and doing different events. Our soul essence, we've gotten 42 more of the silver ones and roughly 11, 12 of the gold soul essence. Live Arena, obviously we're not in silver anymore, so we're not getting more silver medals, but I try to do at least 10 fights every single time with the Live Arena. You get your 5 free ones and then your 5 from the refresh after doing your 5 ones. So I try to do all of those. We're at 41, 75 without spending any more. I will probably wait just a little bit longer and then put a couple more into the speed on the Hydra because that one's not maxed out. So once that happens, you'll kind of see those drop. Then when it comes to our forging, we didn't get any more legendary. We did get some epic from the Chimera. And you can see we did get quite a bit more rare. In the events ones, we did not get any more. So this is going to be the 2 main resources that did pull from there. So that's kind of where we're at when it comes to resource management. 8 days, I would say we're trending in the right direction. I should have held, and we would have been having more shards, but hopefully going to be able to build this up to a good solid count, and then going to be farming not 12-3, not 12-6, but those other ones to make sure we're having a lot more of those fusions ready to go for the Relic Keeper for the first champion chase for that Marsh fusion. That's everything for me today. If you have any questions, feel free, comment down below. Appreciate you all. You guys have a good one.